Can you talk to me about the running game a little bit? How do you get it jump started this week?
Yeah, we've been trying. People these last couple of weeks have said no to the run, and we decided to throw it. So we're always trying to establish the run, and they took the run away, so we're going to throw a football.
Okay, can you continue to beat people like that?
You want to run it. I mean, we want to run it. I want to run it, but we got to do what is best for our football team, and we got to do what they give us on Saturdays.
What are you seeing in the run game? Is there something that's not clicking for you? Is there just the way they're aligning against you?
No, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. At times, there are overload boxes. At times, we have a missed assignment or a missed block. I can't put my finger on one thing.
You think Logan asked Schumann to jump so he could get that extra touchdown pass last week, or is that
I don't know. It was a really close call. Yeah, it was a really, really close call. So I don't know. I don't know if Logan paid him off or not, but it all worked out.
Jerome Wright mentioned that you guys kind of gave him the quizzing at halftime about his assignments, and he said he was 0 for 3 or 0 for 4, however many you asked him. What were you thinking as you left the locker room?
He did a good job. I mean, it was a pressure situation that I was throwing a million questions at him at probably 100 miles an hour, but he adjusted well. He came in and did his job, and he was able to contribute.
Shane said you try to get him some carries and practice at tailback also. What's sort of a scouting report? What does he do well? What's his skill set?
He's a big back that I think is going to develop into a really, really good fullback at the end of the day. I really do. He's athletic. He's just is a little behind with size and strength, and that's what Coach Gentry will do in another year here. He's going to be a really good football player.
How important is Sam Rogers to this offense?
He's a very knowledgeable guy that we put in a lot of different spots. He's a overachiever. He's tough. He's smart. He's a Virginia Tech guy. I mean, he does a lot of good things for us as a young guy. He needs to get stronger and bigger and all that too. But for a freshman, for what we ask him to do and the amount of information that is put on that guy, does a pretty good job for a freshman.
I imagine you saw some expanded things you can do with the offense with a healthy J.C. Coleman last week. What does that do for you?
J.C. helps us both in the run and the pass game. He's got experience. He rushes the ball quite well. He's a really good zone runner. And he also has the ability to get on the perimeter and help us. So having him back has been very good.
Willie Byrne talked a little bit last week about he's very excited to see what you open up the playbook to do over the next several weeks. I mean, is there more that we haven't seen yet?
Well, what we're going to try to do is just from week to week try to find ways to win. And if it means opening the playbook, that's great. There's a fine line there. There's a real fine line there. If you overload players, they're not going to play fast. And the reason that we've thrown the ball a little bit better these last 2 weeks is there's been ads, but there hasn't been wholesale changes or wholesale mass amount of information. So they're able to, with young wide receivers, able to learn and being able to play a little bit better.
Do you like to throw passes from the 2-yard line in a shotgun?
No, we decided the Georgia Tech game, we were in a situation where we were going to play, and then the coming out situation. We basically always game plan of how we're going to handle a coming out situation. The Georgia Tech game, we decided that we were going to be very conservative, punt the ball, rely on our defense. And against North Carolina, we knew that they had the ability to move the football, and we wanted to change the field position right now. And we changed the field position, and that's what happened, essentially. We were going to throw it. We were going to take a shot, and it all worked out. So sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Shane indicated that there might have been early in the season, and I guess through the first 6 games, there might have been maybe too many running plays for some of these backs, only because you can't practice them all if you just overload them with things. Were you of the same thinking that maybe there needed to be some pairing of the playbook from a running standpoint for Edmonds and Coleman and some of those guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like what I just said, anytime there's a fine line. You're trying to find ways to move the football, but whenever you put too much in, it can overload a player pretty quick. So there's a fine line, real fine line.
as his coach, are you seeing a dramatic improvement in what Logan's doing, or is it just getting results because some of the other pieces are doing things right?
A little bit of both. Early in the season, my criticisms of Logan were not finding number 2, not finding 3. Well, on the pass play that we ended up hitting Jerome right on, he got all the way to number 5. That was his 5th read in his progression. So anytime you see a guy doing that, things are starting to click. And we need to keep getting better. It's still not perfect, but improvements come around.
Can you attribute any one thing to the wide receivers playing better? I mean, is it the jugs machine? Is it more reps on the practice
No,
field?
I think it's experience. There's a lot of guys that are running around out there that haven't played a lot of football, and I think the more that they get in there, the better that they're going to improve. It wasn't, we did some things well, but it wasn't where you go, that's clinic tape. It's still not there yet, but improving. Every week we're seeing something different from those guys in terms of improvement, so that's really a positive. And we got to take a huge step this week because this defense, in my opinion, is tough. I respect the heck out of them. I think they play really, really hard, and Pittsburgh guys, and we got to bring our best efforts this week.
Grimes has always kind of